Oh dear, this is an immediate no. I wonder what happens if I sit. Oh, bad things happen if I sit. Let me tell you a story of tragedy and adversity. I used to have the perfect denim dress. I loved it so much, but I gave it away to one of my patrons actually because my body changed and I never replaced it. Now that the winter months are drawing in, I've started craving a denim dress again, and I've also started seeing loads of cool people in them, and I'm thinking, what was I thinking not having a denim dress in my wardrobe? So I do the thing I always do when I'm looking for something new. I load my Vinted app and I have a little scroll, and what do I see? Absolutely thousands of denim dresses. Thousands! What has happened, my little brain thought to itself. A denim dress is dead? Have people forgotten the inherent benefits of a denim dress? And me, a sworn denim dress lover, not even having one in my wardrobe? In this economy? With these heating bills? Well, I thought it would be fun if we found my new favourite denim dress together. I've ordered 10 denim dresses in various different styles, saving them from landfill for absolute pittance. So I'm going to try on every dress with you, see if I can persuade you also to adopt a denim dress, and at the end tell you some of the reasons why having so many denim dresses in circulation might be a little bit of a problem. But I can't wait to play dress up, so let's do that first. Dress number one came in at a neat £6 and it's originally ASOS design. Those of you not yet well versed in the strange world that is UK women's sizing, well, you're about to get a whistle stop tour. This one is a bit of a button up. It has 2 outside pockets, which I quite like. I am not sure about the fit, I'll be honest. I think it might be for somebody a little bit more straight up and down, but I really like the idea that this is somewhere between a kind of waistcoat and a dress. Now I can see there is a little bit of a rip underneath the button around the belly, which they didn't list on the listing, but been there, bab. That would have happened to me too. I'll give you a little twirl. I really like a dark wash denim because it makes me feel kind of a little bit more grown up whilst also being like very casual. It's still denim, calm down. And this is quite a 70s vibe. I think if I had like a top that had some bell bottom sleeves and maybe some bright tights, I think this could look pretty cool. So that is dress number one. I am gonna give it, because of the button issue, and I feel like when I sit down the buttons kind of gape, I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. But I mean, it does have pockets, it does make me feel like a slinky little grown up, and for that I thank it. Dress number two came in at a frothing £7. This was originally from Primark and it still had the labels on when I got it. Not to be sassy, but the energy it takes to make one denim dress, like buying it and never wearing it. I mean, at least they've sold it on, but geez. This is kind of, I would call this a prairie denim dress. It is admittedly probably a little bit more summery, but because of how thick the fabric is, it's still gonna keep me super warm. It's got little ties at the back. Let's see if I can do these without assistance. She's limber. Okay, this is it from the back and this is it from the front. I love these little cap sleeves. They're quite unusual in a denim dress, I think. And also the swish factor has to be taken into consideration. This feels, oh my God. This feels like a massive missed opportunity for pockets. Like, if I keep this, I'm putting pockets in it because there's so much room under here. Why wouldn't you? This is a really light wash, which if you suit pastel colors is amazing. I don't really suit pastel colors, and I'm realizing that even though this is denim, color theory still applies. But a good thing about buying light wash denim is that you can dye it pretty easily. So if I wanted this to be a green denim or a darker blue denim, that would be just a dial-on pod wash away. I also really love this pie cut neckline. See, I'm trying to give you all the keywords so you can look on your own secondhand apps to find stuff. The pie cut neckline is a winner, and I really like where it hits me too. Apart from the color, I would say this is a pretty strong contender, especially if I added pockets. So I'm gonna give this like a 7.5, I think, because of what I could do to it. And I feel like it's quite unusual in the way that it's made. Dress number three is an aspirational replacement for a kind of gothic Jane Austen dress I really loved, and it's now the wrong size for me. I've tried to alter it and it's the stretch has a big appeal, and also poofy denim sleeves. Oh, can you think of anything warmer? You could even stuff it with like wool or something to make the sleeves warmer. This one was originally from New Look and it cost me £8. Oh my God. Something that's kind of like creepily fun for me about getting secondhand stuff is that it's always washed. Everything I've ever got from Vinted has been washed, but it smells like other people's houses. like other people's detergent. Kind of makes me feel like I'm at somebody's house trying on their stuff, but it's mine now. What do you think of this? Elegant, has a nice little frill trim at the bottom. Gonna be very warm for winter. This shearing also gives a lot of opportunities for movement, lots of room for Christmas potatoes here. If I was gonna keep it, I would have to shorten the elastic on these arms because they're really falling down. Although, is this the Victorian milkmaid look I'm going for? Definitely not as warm, but also perfect for a rendition of papa, that's how it goes. Yeah, do you know what? Objectively, love this dress, especially that it can show off my tattoos. But I'm also realizing that sometimes when you try and specifically replace an item that you loved a while ago, it just doesn't really feel like my style anymore. Like, I like it, but I also did that whole experimenting with wearing black thing, and spoiler alert, it didn't go well, and I kind of feel like I should be phasing black out of my wardrobe where possible. I didn't feel like that about this dress because it's slightly a lighter wash, and I don't know, I just didn't really feel like that, but I feel like this dress is kind of washing me out a little bit. I'm gonna give it, for me, a 5 out of 10, but for somebody else, a 10 out of 10. Now, this is where it gets experimental. Okay, I wanted to show you all the kind of different dresses that were out there because of course this video is also there to persuade you to try a denim dress. If I wasn't doing this for entertainment value, I probably wouldn't have ordered this one. But is it not a Pretty Woman dress? Could this not be like a Britney Spears meets Vivian from Pretty Little Woman? No? Now this only cost me £5. It's another ASOS design. It is, in all technicality, exactly the same size as all the other dresses on this rail, but like I said, if you haven't experienced UK women's sizing yet, you're about to get a lesson. Okay, think eel thoughts. You're a little tiny eel. Okay, and then we bring it up here, and is there any way there's not even gonna meet, is it? I was gonna call Craig in here to help me, but it's just not gonna. Defeat doesn't have to be a foe, you can welcome him in gladly, but Defeat is here, I think. She's in the room. And even if I could do this up, I could monetize this video because we'd be getting an eyeful, as we say in England. So, I think this is getting a 1. I appreciate my vision when I ordered it, and it was only £5, but I think we can all agree that it's not runway ready. However, just making you aware, if you do like the vision of like Vivian meets Britney, there's plenty of these dresses online, and they're all looking for homes and to be adopted. Although this one's search still continues. Blimey. I have to rearrange my guts after that. I think I deserve a dead sir after that experience, don't you? There are also kind of denim sporty dresses online that I wanted to show you. This is the first one I wanted to show you as an example. This one cost me just £6 and is originally from Topshop. R.I.P. Send it up. You were good to us. You were bad to the world. You were definitely bad. You were a bad boyfriend. But if you're a teenager in the noughties, you know that we had fun there. Ooh, this has not only pockets, but contrasting pockets with cotton and then denim. Ooh, okay. It's got sheer arms that show my tattoos, which is good value for money for me because I feel like during the winter months I'm really not getting bang for my buck when it comes to my tattoos. Okay, I'm having an experience where I feel like if I saw somebody else wearing this, I'd think they'd look really cool. But because I don't really feel like myself, I'm not liking myself in it, but it feels amazing. It's got pockets. These sheer sleeves are something else. And while it doesn't have much shape, I have a feeling that that's probably the point. And I feel like if I wore these with my massive Doc Martens or something, or like a matching sheer pair of tights to match the arms, it would just look really cool in a kind of almost androgynous dress kind of way, which is again a really hard thing to make happen in this world. But I think the advantage of the sheer sleeves means that you can still wear a dress and have a bit of a cover up, a bit more modesty, but you're not sweating too much. You've still got some breathing room in there whilst keeping the goodies nice and warm. So while this probably isn't for me, I think I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. I'm really glad that it exists, and it's definitely a kind of more sporty style that I feel like it's kind of the denim dress for people who don't think they would like denim dresses, no? Next. In the vein of the sporty dresses, I'm gonna try this one on. It kind of looks like a polo shirt top, but it is in fact made out of pretty thick dark wash denim, and let's hope that I don't have to put my self-confidence through the ringer again, because I feel like this is also going to be a bit of a tight squeeze. Brace yourself, laddies. We're going in. My boobs are already quite small, but I feel like if they were any bigger, we would not even be in this optimistic position that we find ourselves in here. Okay. I feel like we could just do a cut of this video with me shouting, standardized clothes sizings now! We demand it! Because how are all these dresses the same? We're almost there. We've got like a centimetre to go. Our Father who art in heaven. Oh, yes. She's in. Jesus is Lord. Okay. Oh dear, this is an immediate no. I wonder what happens if I sit. Oh! Bad things happen if I sit. So you're never going to see this dress on me again. So enjoy, feast your eyes. I kind of feel like Maddie White or somebody. I feel like I'm going to watch race car drivers race their cars, or like sing in a girl. Yes, this is a very sporty spice kind of denim dress. And I don't hate it on all levels, but it's just so incredibly uncomfy on me. But there is a lot of movement in the arms. I could play an arm related sport in this. Maybe not so much rowing, but I really like this neckline. I think looking for collars on denim is really cool because they don't need starching or anything. They're already like a thick material, so they stand up to attention and they make a statement. What statement I'm trying to make, I'm still unsure. But this is another example of a more sporty style that isn't necessarily mine, but I wanted to show you so I can sell you the idea of buying a denim dress. This is what I do for my art. Can we get out of it now? 3 out of 10, because I do actually think this looks really nice on me, if I'm going to be really honest. I think it looks too tight for fun, for activities, but I really don't hate the way it looks. I actually think it's a really nice, unusual style. Well, what I thought was an unusual style for denim dresses, but in fact, there's loads of them sitting there weeping. How much is that denim dress in the window? Okay, we're getting down to the ones I'm genuinely really excited to try on now. This surely has to be a winner because it's a wrap dress. Did you know that they made denim wrap dresses? Hadn't occurred to me, and yet here we are. I have a video on my channel talking about how to build a wardrobe for a changing body, and wrap dresses are a big part of that for me. This one's just got a little loop and then a button, but it's an elastic loop, which I like as well, like double points for the adjustability. Okay, this is a little bit lower cut than I was expecting. Not necessarily a bad thing, just not what I was expecting. I like the frill detail that goes the whole way round the bottom of the dress too. That's a really nice touch, and there is enough overlap here for me to feel secure. What I really like, I think, is these puff sleeves, because they're not too big, but they're still like a fun little statement, and they actually end a little bit above my elbow, which is a little bit more comfy and less chaotic when you're trying to layer a jumper over it, I feel, which is the main consideration for all of my dresses that I buy for winter is, can I put a jumper on that? Also, when you're looking for dresses and you want them to fit really well, I look for little seams here, I forget the name of them, but the boob seams. When you're looking at the pictures, look for the boob seams if you have boobs, because it really makes a difference to how something fits. Just that one little tuck there, and this one has it. And I really like it. I feel very comfy in this one. The denim kind of feels like it's been worn in a little bit. Sometimes you'd want like a more new dress if you're buying secondhand, but I actually kind of like that this one feels like it's been broken in like Doc Martens. Where are the pockets? Come on, I can fit those. It's a little bit more of a fitted dress, so I kind of get it, but overall I really like this one because I feel like it would work really well in summer too. It makes me feel like I could wear it to a quite nice party. Like you could totally dress it up and it wouldn't feel too casual still, but it's also a wrap. Oh, this is I'm gonna say this is like an 8.5. No, this is gonna be a 9 out of 10. I really like it. If I could change anything, I'd probably make it a little bit longer, but overall, yeah, I think it's cool. I think maybe I would layer it with a polo neck for the boobage, but maybe not. Depends on the occasion. Did I say, by the way, this one was £4? £4. It's originally Primark, but it's got like bias binding, like cotton bias binding that looks really nice. Sorry, I'm being a sewing wanker, but sewing has shown me that I can actually understand how garments are constructed and see whether they're worth it or not. And this one genuinely feels that way. Woohoo! £4. Okay, this one's a wild card. I'm not sure how this is gonna look on, but did you know that they make denim smock dresses? This one was a little bit pricier when it comes to my standards and second-hand shopping. This one was £10, but it was a really unique kind of cut. The denim looked a lot thicker, which I was right about, it is a lot thicker. And I just thought, for the purposes of this, we had to give it a go. Okay, I'm just saying, this dress is the same size as this dress. Think about that for a minute. That's all I'm gonna say. It's not you, it's them. This is so fun. It's really dramatic. But I think it would look really cool with my platform docks and some like patterned tights as well. I thought this dress was doing something with cap sleeves, but this one was like, hold my beer. If I was gonna keep it, I would definitely have to take it in because it's just too big and it's also coming down too much here. Let me just try it with a polo neck on, one sec. If I take it in a little bit, so it's a bit more like that, and if I add the pockets that somebody didn't think to add, eyes on you, designers. I think this is a really good find. I think it doesn't have any stretch elasticine or whatever in it. It's 100% cotton denim, so it's gonna wear really well. I really like the wash, and by wash I mean the color of the blue. The denim is washed in. I like that I could eat approximately 1,000 mince pies in it, and it kind of makes me feel very girlish, but also a little bit fashion forward. Which I'm aware that I probably don't know, but it makes me feel that way, so that's what matters. If I put pockets in this and I adjust it a little bit, I think this could be a really fun addition to my wardrobe, especially because the frills go the whole way to the back, like that. That's really fun. I like it as a layering piece as well. This has to stay. It has to stay. I think it's also a 9. The only things it's losing points on are things that I could totally change. And I don't mind that it's so big, like there's lots of dresses that I'm like, oh, maybe I should put a waist in, maybe I should put a belt on. And for this, I'm like, no, this is so clearly the look that like a belt would ruin it, I think. This is a yes. And oh, I like the seam. I like it when the stitching is a contrasting colour. This is like a really nice warm autumn trim. The little things. I'm petty, I know. Right, we've only got 2 more dresses to go. But the competition is becoming a little fierce, no? Now this one was the most expensive of the lot, but you have to understand that it was truly a find. This is the thing that I'm learning I really like. Princess seams. That's what these things are. They kind of swish around the boob and then go down. It's got the contrasting stitches and it's really long and it has a slit. And I thought maybe if I wear this, I will finally feel like Rachel in Friends. And we're about to find out. Okay, this one was definitely the splurge of the video, coming in at a raucous £15. It doesn't have a label, which makes me feel like either it's from Shein and somebody's cut out the label, or more likely I think just because of the way the seams are finished and stuff, that it could be an actual like vintage piece, because it feels incredibly Rachel from Friends, even though I don't think she actually ever wears anything like this. But do you know what I mean? It's got an amazing slit. It makes me feel really nice. It's definitely challenging my brain farts when it comes to like hugging clothing around my belly, but I don't think that's a bad thing. What's important is how it makes me feel, and it kind of makes me feel a little bit sexy and very friendly, like friendly sexy. Do you know what I mean? It's very fitted without being uncomfortable. Like I feel like I can really curl up in a ball in this and it wouldn't be a problem. And I was also thinking the plus side of this one is that I would love to have a denim skirt. I would, but every time I've tried on a denim skirt, it cuts me here in this way that is completely insufferable to me. So what if we think of this dress as actually just my denim skirt? My long denim winter skirt, and it just happens to have a top on it to keep it up. Because I feel like sometimes when you want a skirt, what would be much better for you is to get a dress, because then you don't have it cutting into you, especially if it's slim here. I could totally wear another top on top of this and you wouldn't know. So this could be the option, or you literally just wear a long sleeve t-shirt over it and again just turns into a skirt. I could also layer it with a polo shirt underneath, or I thought it would look really cool with this like floor length cardigan. I really like that. I know it's not very of my usual aesthetic, so yeah, I think I really like this. But the good thing about buying it second hand is that it's no harm no foul if you don't keep it and you pass it on. Like I could try this for a few wears, wash it, sell it for probably the same price. So I think I'm going to trial this one out, basically more as a fulfillment of my skirt dreams than dress dreams. So as a dress, I think for me, I'd probably give it a 6 or a 7, but as a skirt, it has the potential to be a 10. Okay, my final one, you can probably see out of the corner of your eye and you're probably laughing, but did you know, I'm stuck, that denim also comes in leopard print. If you've been on this channel for a while, you know, I can't resist me a little bit of leopard print. And there's plenty of colourful patterned denim sitting on second-hand resale sites as well. And I can't bear it, I can't. I often bookmark stuff that I really like, but then I kind of leave it in my favorites for a week or two to see if anybody else picks it up. And if it's been in my favorites for 3 or 4 weeks, like this one was, I start to get a bit worried about its future. I don't want it to go into landfill. It's so much resources and energy it takes to make this kind of fabric. So, obviously this is now gonna be a 10 out of 10, isn't it? So I had to go back to like the true core of my style. Oh yes, this is feeling great. Oh yes, she's home. Which is dungarees and leopard print. This one was originally River Island and it cost me a measly £4. It's got this amazing pocket in the front, which makes me forgive it for not having pockets at the side. It's not feeling too tight or too loose. She's Goldilocks, she's just right. And it's got a bit of a ripped hem at the bottom, which I think is quite a nice detail. This one is staying on my body, probably forever. Ooh, I've got butt pockets. Now that's a treat. None of you other ones gave me that. Hey, where were the butt pockets? Maybe then you would have won. I think this dress is gonna win. But there are a few others that I think I'm going to keep. Anything I don't keep, I'm actually gonna be giving to Big Sister Swap, which is a secondhand clothes service that I'm gonna be filming a video with this week. So hopefully that'll come out soon, but here are some sneaky peek clips of me giving the dresses to them. And I know that they won't throw them in landfill, so that's good. But out of all of these, I mean, this is a 10. Which ones am I gonna keep? I'm allowed to keep more than one. In its defense, I think this one would be really cool if you wore it as like a long waistcoat as well as just a dress, but as a dress, it's not fitting my form very well, so it's going. I mean, this one has to stay. This one is staying as a skirt, and I think the wrap one is gonna stay as well. Am I accidentally keeping 4 of them? Maybe. All of these ones can go, frankly. I think they'd be really cool on you, and you should buy them. But we have to pick our favourites in this world. We don't have unlimited resources. We're on limited days in the year to display stuff on our bodies. I'm gonna do something a bit wild, and I'm not gonna keep this one, which is the wrap one that I really loved at the beginning. And don't get me wrong, I do love it, but I just don't see myself wearing it as often as the other ones. And I also wonder if I could make one that fits me better with my sewing challenges, because this is gonna look really good on somebody, and I hate to deprive them of it just because I really like it, but I just know that with the boob situation, you can't layer it as well. I think I'm gonna give this one to Big Sister Swap, even though I loved it. But as things went on, I found so many different ways to wear these ones. There's no competition, is there? So I'm actually not gonna keep that one either. This one is the winner of my original remit, which was to replace the gaping hole of a denim dress in my wardrobe. It's gonna get some alterations, but after that it's gonna get a shit ton of wear. And I just see this one lasting me a long time. Such thick denim. This one is gonna stay provisionally as my denim skirt. And we're gonna see how I get on with it. It's a lodger in my wardrobe for now. Not necessarily a permanent thing, but that's okay. We saved it from landfill, and that's the main thing. And then this one, I wouldn't call this this is denim, but I wouldn't call this like filling the void in my wardrobe of a denim dress, but I have to keep it because it's my soul in fabric form. Now we've had our fun. If you've got a few minutes, let me change into my winning dress and let me tell you a little bit more about why I care so much about all the abandoned denim dresses in this world. Okay, you might not think of buying a secondhand denim dress as a climate action, but I have 4 reasons why it totally is. Reason number 1 is that we only have a finite amount of water on Earth. That's just GCSE science, and only 3% of that is fresh water. The process of making denim is particularly water intense. It takes 20,000 litres. 20,000 litres? This is a litre. It takes 20,000 litres to make 1 pair of denim jeans or a piece of denim clothing, which shouldn't necessarily scare you off if you're buying intentionally a piece of denim clothing and you're gonna wear it forever and really look after it. But my Vinted feed is not suggesting that that has been the case. So when we see discarded denim of any kind, and especially at the volume that I'm seeing it at, taking those in from the cold, getting that doggy out of the window and really giving it a loving and frequently used home is amazing. Number 2, I don't know if you've noticed, but we're kind of in the middle of an energy crisis. It's gonna get colder, it's more expensive to heat our homes, and denim is an incredibly warm and flexible fabric, especially if you're not just covering your bum in it and your legs, you're covering your whole body in it. One of the reasons I really missed my denim dress was for that factor. I don't have a graph that shows more denim clothing, more heating, but there's a reason we call this a Canadian tuxedo. I'm just saying. Number 3, we don't have time to go into the whole thing right now, but it is really important that we start washing our clothes less. Now you might have already seen all the stuff around denim particularly needing to be washed a lot less. The CEO of Levi's is really on board with it, loads of people are. This guy did a famous experiment where he measured the amount of bacteria on his jeans after 15 months of unwashed continual use versus 13 days, and the results were about the same. Now the only part of all of that research that leaves me skeptical is the crotch. Without going into too much detail, no, I actually don't think there's any good phrase I can follow that with. I've got a warm crotch. It's the one part of the garment that I feel might need more washing than people on the no wash denim team say. However, dresses don't have a crotch. So it's already really resilient, like not wash heavy fabric. And if you add in a no crotch element, it becomes, from a washing perspective, pretty freaking sustainable. And the fourth point is that once denim is made, it is incredibly long lasting. Compared to the other kinds of items I've seen from these brands, the denim that I've witnessed from Shein, from Primark, from New Look, all of these brands that even when you buy them secondhand, you kind of feel that quality deteriorate. From my anecdotal experience, I don't find that to be a case when shopping secondhand for denim. It lasts a lot longer, and another addendum is that it is much easier to repair. Most people could or have ironed on a patch before, and I have patched up loads of my jeans with various sizes of small denim patches. They're super simple to repair, and because they're so thick, even when you do it with a needle and thread, there's so much more to grip onto. Do you know what I mean? A mending job for jeans, I think, is so much easier than any other one. And also, compared to any other fabric, there's a whole trend around worn in, ripped, slightly disgruntled denim. So even if you are unable to repair it, it's also kind of a look. And also, crotchless means that denim dresses aren't gonna break for me in the way that every other kind of denim trouser would, because this crotch is vicious. The chub rub knows no limits, takes no prisoners. So I don't actually see a repair job on the horizon for any of these denim items for a very, very long time. Have I convinced you to try out a denim dress? Please let it be true. If not a denim dress, perhaps a denim shirt or a denim top, or if all else fails, also rescue the jeans. The jeans need rescuing too. There is so much denim in this world. When you're thinking about buying winter items, why not give it a try? I'm gonna leave all of my sources below for all those little facts I just gave you. I'm also gonna leave as many keywords as I can and information about the dresses that I tried on if you want to try and find them on secondhand sites or similar dupes for them. I'm just gonna try and brain dump as many keywords for you as possible. This video was made possible by the Gumption Club, who tip me per video to make sure these videos keep happening, and that we didn't have to fit for a sponsorship because that would have been boring. So thank you so much to them. If you become a Patreon and join the Gumption Club, you also get a free weekly podcast from me. Recently I covered my mixed thoughts on the new Wes Anderson Henry Sugar film, and I just did my very long review of the Eras tour. So if you're here for that extra kind of content, that's where you're gonna find it. If you liked this video, I reckon you might like one of these videos. Thank you so much for watching. Frogsnog out.